Greetings, this is Dr. Douglas Maurer from iMedical Apps with another medical app review. Today we're taking a look at a redo of an app. This app is called OB Wheels from Dr. Joshua Steinberg. He has updated the app to reflect the most current ACOG guidelines and improved upon the interface of the app. I reviewed the app originally about 2 years ago, and although I have typically loved every app Dr. Steinberg has released, I did not find this app was quite up to the usual high quality, easy use of his other apps. So I have traditionally stuck and still do highly recommend the Perfect Tracker OB Wheel by Dr. Evan Schoenberg. However, this new OB Wheels may be that simple app you're all looking for a basic OB wheel. As you can see when you open up the app, it has kind of a classic Steinberg interface. You have a disclaimer along the bottom, some information about the app developer, up-to-date medical references, and additional apps that Dr. Steinberg has available. The main page, as you can see, has 3 different sections. One is the what I call calendar-based calculators, a literal cardboard, if you will, OB wheel that you can attempt to use. I find this difficult to use. It does have directions, but they don't seem to help me. I must just be too clumsy. And then the updated information from ACOG as to how to reconcile differences between last menstrual period, EGA, and sonographic estimated date of confinement. So let's take a look here. You can see here from our example in the online app review, I had talked about taking a look at, in this case, let's change the patient's last menstrual period date to last month. That would give her an October 11th last menstrual period. But let's say that the patient had a recent sonogram that was done several days ago. We'll say it was done on Friday. And that would give and on that sonogram, we'll say that the estimated gestational age was not consistent with the LMP because the patient wasn't really sure about the LMP. And we'll say it was closer to 6 weeks and 6 days. And you can see there's a significant difference there between those dates. So what do you do? Which date is more accurate? Well, that's where this chart comes in handy again. And in this particular case, it's greater than 5 days. The patient is less than 8 weeks based on the LMP. And therefore, you would change the dates to use the sonogram. So that's one function there. Certainly you can choose whichever you want to do, LMP or sonographic. As we said here, again, a traditional OB wheel. And that's what the app does. No more complicated than that. Dead simple to use. So things I liked. If you had looked at the old interface, it was, I thought, overly complicated for what you wanted it to do, which was simply do these calculations right here. It includes multiple ways to date, including sonographic data. It includes the information here of how to reconcile the differences between estimated dates. And it's also available for Android, which originally it was not. Some things I don't like about it, as I mentioned before, I think this traditional cardboard OB wheel is just too difficult to use, even when you're trying to look at how to rotate it or reposition it, resize it. I seem to just get stuck moving it around rather than getting it to rotate. There you go, a little bit. But it seems to be more luck than anything else. But I don't know how many of us would use a cardboard wheel. That's more for fun and games, I think, at this point. It's a nice addition, but nothing that I would typically use. And although it has current references, there are no hyperlinks on these references. So that's my look at the version 2 of OB Wheels by Dr. Joshua Steinberg. This is probably now one of the go-to simple-to-use OB wheels. If you want the patient tracking function, then I would recommend the Perfect Tracker OB wheel by Dr. Schoenberg. This is Dr. Douglas Maurer from iMedical Apps. Take care.